The sound came again, low, heavy. An engine. The man lay frozen in his bed, staring at the ceiling. His heart was pounding so hard he could feel it in his throat. No, it's just the dream still holding on. But the sound didn't fade. It grew closer. Outside his window, a dog barked. Sharp, familiar. His fingers clenched the sheets. Cold sweat covered his back. The same engine. The same dog. His mind rushed back to the forest. The axe. The laughter. He slowly turned his head toward the window, half expecting to see yellow headlights staring back at him through the glass. Nothing. Then, knock, knock. He flinched so hard his chest hurt. The knocking came again, louder this time. "Hey, it's me," his brother's voice. He swallowed. "Get a grip," he told himself. "You're awake. This is real." He forced himself out of bed and walked toward the door, every step heavy, as if the floor might collapse beneath him. He opened it. His brother stood there, breathing lightly, one hand holding a leash. At the end of it, a dog. The man's stomach twisted. It was the same size, same dark fur, same scar above the left eye. Too similar. His brother smiled. "Sorry for coming this late. I didn't know where else to take him." The man stared at the dog. The dog stared back. Its eyes were calm. Too calm. "I found him on the forest road," his brother continued. "Just wandering around. Thought he might have been hit by a car or something." Forest road. The words echoed inside his skull. "You okay?" his brother asked. "You look pale." "Yeah," the man said quickly. "Just bad dream." He stepped aside and let them in. As the dog walked past him, it brushed against his leg. For a brief second, he smelled damp earth, rotting leaves, metal. His breath caught. "You're imagining things." He watched his brother carefully now. The truck parked outside caught his attention through the window. An old truck, heavy. He frowned, trying to remember. Was it the same one? No matter how hard he tried, the image slipped away, like a thought he wasn't meant to hold on to. His brother talked casually, joked, poured himself a glass of water. Everything was normal, too normal. Eventually, exhaustion won. The man lay back down. The dog curled up on the floor, silent. A sleep pulled him under. One thought lingered. Why didn't the dog bark when my brother arrived? Morning came. Sunlight. Routine. He showered, dressed, and left for work. The hospital smelled like disinfectant and coffee. Monitors beeped. Nurses hurried past. He was a doctor, a man of logic. Dreams were stress. Hallucinations were fatigue. That's what he told himself. But all day long, flashes returned. Yellow headlights, dragging metal. A voice whispering, "Your running was impressive." His hands trembled as he washed them. A patient asked if he was all right. He nodded. But the doubt wouldn't let go. What if it wasn't a dream? What if part of it was real? That evening, his phone rang. His brother. "Let's grab dinner," he said. "My treat." They met at a small restaurant on the edge of town. Warm lights, soft music. The man tried to relax until he noticed it. Scratches. Thin red lines across his brother's forearms. One along his cheek. Fresh. "Rough week?" the man asked, forcing a smile. His brother laughed. "Yeah, that forest is a nightmare. Branches everywhere." The man's fork paused mid-air. Forest. Again, he glanced down at his own hands. Faint scars? Old scratches. From the dream. Identical. His chest tightened. But nothing happened. They ate. They talked. No axe. No laughter. The evening lights outside the restaurant faded into the quiet of the city. The two brothers had finished dinner, sharing light conversation and small laughs. But the shadow of that morning's dream still lingered between them. "See you tomorrow, all right?" the older brother said. "Yeah," he replied, their eyes meeting in a moment of silence, an unspoken tension hanging in the air. They parted ways. He got into his car, driving home, but his heart still raced. When he arrived, the lights in his apartment were off. He should be home, he thought. Turning the key, opening the door, silence. Nothing, not a sound, not a flicker. His stomach tightened. Then maybe the power's out. Maybe just a coincidence, he whispered to himself. But deep down, he knew something was off. He took out his phone and called his brother. The lights are off. It's too quiet. Can I stay at your place tonight? After a pause, his brother replied with a calm smile. Of course. Come over. The drive was quiet. The city lights blurred past, but nothing seemed unusual, yet a subtle unease lingered in the air. At his brother's house, they entered and spoke lightly. Old memories, small jokes, moments from childhood, trying to relax, trying to forget. But the uneasy feeling never left. As he lay down to sleep, the doubt crept back in. A cold, twisting suspicion, like something was missing or waiting. He rose quietly and wandered toward his brother's garage. The air was cool, carrying the faint smell of motor oil and damp earth. He stepped inside, eyes scanning the walls. And then he saw them. Several notes, photos, one of them, his own, pinned carefully on the wall. Other notes scribbled with words like, "Why does he always watch me? I must control him." A cold shiver ran down his spine. The realization hit him. His brother's hatred had been simmering all along. And worse, maybe he had plans. Plans for him. As he explored further, he found small needles and a few unmarked pills tucked in boxes and drawers. Whatever they were, they hinted at hallucinations, control, manipulation. He froze, heart pounding. Is my brother planning to use these on me? A shadow moved across the corner of the garage. Was it real or a trick of his mind? He couldn't tell. He flipped on the lights. The garage was empty. Only his photo, the notes, and the scattered needles remained. His breath hitched when a note caught his eye. Sometimes the most dangerous enemy is the one closest to you. A cold dread wrapped around him. Then came a sound, a faint scraping. Maybe from the door, maybe from his imagination. He stepped back, his mind racing. Every instinct screamed, someone is watching. He returned to the living room where his brother sat. Calm, smoking, eyes glued to the television. No words were needed. The silence said everything. As he lay down to sleep, he closed his eyes, trying to calm his racing heart. But the doubt lingered, alive, breathing with him. And then he heard it, a voice, soft, coming from somewhere he couldn't place. Get ready. The game has only just begun.